My name is still Esiodua Akomia, the Golden Girl, and I'm here for Let's Talk Relationship. Now, you know that anytime that we are talking about relationships and all of that, yeah, sometimes we bash the men small. So anytime they get the opportunity to bash we the girls, they don't spare us. And that is what they do. They have been doing on the show BMPS. But guess what? BMPS is coming out bigger, better with a whole new branding, a whole new name, a whole new phase. BMPS has transitioned from that to the brotherhood. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be officially premiering the new show to hit your screen Thursday, which is today, 9 p.m. sharp, and that is the brotherhood. So the topic, old students, new impacts, the role of alumni school development. So yes, we have some gentlemen who will be repping their senior high schools. They'll try to convince you and I as to what really, when there are old boys, old girls associations created, what is the impacts that they are supposed to make when it comes to development in relation to their alma maters. And so I'm excited about this one. And so please make sure that you're glued to your TV sets at 9 p.m. sharp for the brotherhood with my darling boy, Kofi Hayford. And yes, we'll also be on there giving out some messages and all of that. Anyway, so it's time for us to come back in studio and talk about what we have to discuss, and that's it. Let's talk relationship. Now, let's talk relationship today. We are going to delve into wife material, wife material. And men have their own understanding as to what wife material is. But as a woman, we women, when we hear, even when a man asks you the question or things, or they discuss amongst themselves if this woman is a wife material, how does that make you feel? To delve into that conversation, I have a very beautiful and amazing woman seated with me this morning. I was telling her off air how amazing she's done over the period, and I am proud to have her join me this morning for us to delve into this conversation. She's a mother, she's a wife, she's an actress, she's a serial entrepreneur. She said, "You won't sing, you won't peak." She's doing so well in the phase of entrepreneurship.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to have the very beautiful Victoria Lebene.
Oh,
good morning.
Good morning.
Really good.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you very much. I saw a poster of yours, where your before and after, physically, your physical look.
Yeah.
And, you're about introducing the journey, what you had to do to get you to look this dashing.
Yes.
And I think I'll be coming for some lessons.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's good to have you. And thank you for coming.
Thanks
on
for
Let's
having
Talk.
me. Yeah.
Now, we are going to talk about wife material. Let's talk relationship. A lot of the times we hear this so much, wife material. But then to you, as a woman, the first question I'll pose to you is, what is your definition of wife material?
Thank you very much for having me. And it's so humbling to be here to talk about such a topic.
Yeah.
Because growing up and womanhood and adulthood is a lot of things that come in. And so when you find yourself in a certain stage where you have to play a role as a wife, or to, depict what a wife material is, it has a lot of things, to come in. A wife material is someone who not just be a wife, but has to be a builder, has to be a partner, has to be a leader, has to be someone who's enthused about purpose-driven, issues. You standing for living a legacy. You standing for coming into the life of someone or to a specific home to build a family, to hold them forth. You're helping your opposite gender. So wife material is like a whole package.
How do you get to know that you're ready to do all of this? you can do all of this as a woman, because it seems with all these qualities you've mentioned, super amazing, which are, you're exuding. But I believe that it took you a number of years.
Yes.
It took you a while to execute or exude all of these qualities. How would you know?
That is why early on I mentioned that it starts from your childhood, your adolescent age, your adulthood. It's a certain training that you need to pick up, pick the pieces up from when you're growing. So the upbringing, what you're taught in the house, how your parents lived and behaved, what they told you about growing up and even meeting a certain kind of man or an opposite gender. It's a lot of things that come to play. And so, but when you're able to pick up all these upbringing, training, discipline that comes from home, you know who you become.
Okay.
You know what you're going to become. You know your capabilities. You know your strength, your weaknesses. You correct yourself when you need to. I am someone who's really enthused about excellence. And so for one reason or the other, I may not have a specific trait or a capability. But growing up and walking, the journey of life, I know that this attribute of mine can actually get me to find a kind of man that I can actually, work something out with. You need to know yourself and understand the things you can do and not do. That way, you pick up from your weaknesses, the things that you can work on and perfect to add up to the already existing skills and attributes that you have. And it makes you a perfect woman. So that is what a wife material is.
Beautiful. I hope you're already learning something. I hope that you've got your jotters, your notebooks, your pens, papers ready, because she's spilling it. She's spilling it all. Spilling the tea. But one outstanding quality or characteristic that I know that a lot of men look out for when it comes to a woman, and obviously they would even refer you to the Bible, is submission.
Yes.
That a wife has to be submissive.
Yes.
Modern day woman.
Yeah.
Modern day Ghanaian woman. Do we know what this term submission is?
I probably may not be able to speak for a lot of people. However, everyone's opinion is welcome. I think that submission is not a war, it's peace. Submission, depends on the specific individual, how they want to carry out their qualities and values, how amicable they are with their partners, so it differs. But for me, I can boldly say that submissiveness is a way of, laying down an atmosphere of respect, to enable orderliness, to create peace in the home, to allow your opposite sex to be the head, so that he's able to aid you in decreasing some of the things that we women would love to do. Because when you give a woman a chance or an opportunity to do everything, she would. Because we're women who, women have characteristics of knowing it all, wanting to do, wanting to lead, taking dominion, wanting to help, wanting to serve. And so a woman needs to exude that kind of character. What you're submissive, that means you are allowing and understanding that respect is the utmost priority when it comes to partnership, so that you give that man the chance to come in and help you with some of the burdens, the already existing tasks that we women always are ready to, to handle.
Do you always have to nod to a yes to show that you respect? Okay, you want to allow your husband to be the leader. You want to show that, yes, you're being submissive. You're not trying to fight him. You're not trying to question his decisions. You're going to leave him to do what he has to do. Whatever he says goes and all of that. Do you always have to agree to show that you're submissive?
Submissiveness doesn't mean you should be timid or just accept anything. It's that one thing that makes marriage or partnership very fruitful is communication.
Right.
So if the circumstance derived that we have to discuss it, we have to communicate about, we have to, debate it and get to a certain, perhaps you probably don't understand it to a certain level. Yeah. I also do or not. But when we communicate, we're able to say, oh, okay, I think this decision is good, but let's do it this way or let's do it that way. I do not agree because I think it will, create some kind of chaos and all those things. It's communication and understanding. When there's communication, there is feedback, there's understanding. You know what your partner is saying or not. You know what you want to agree to. And that way you even get to even learn the things that you probably didn't even know about how he thinks or understand he or she thinks. So it's I think it's a continuous journey. Every day we're learning, every day we're adapting, understanding. It doesn't end at one thing. So submissiveness doesn't mean you should be timid. It doesn't mean we're looking at you less of a person as a woman. It means you just have to comply. It creates orderliness in the home.
Allow him to be the man.
To be the man. Doesn't mean you should say no to everything though.
Yeah.
But if there's something that doesn't, sit well with you, just discuss it. Voice it out. Open up, express yourself.
Victoria,
and I'm sure it will make things better.
One of the things that I've chanced on severally on social media, I believe you might have chanced on as well, is that people sometimes say that if a woman will be submissive, it depends on the man. It depends on how the man treats her. It depends. So they say that a woman is a reflection of what the man gives.
Yes.
So whatever he's given her, that's what she reflects back. So if you're giving her respect, she's reflecting that back to you through her submissiveness.
That's why I mentioned communication. Communication is not just a dialogue. It's communication could be in actions. How you treat me is a communication. Yeah. You want me to know that, oh, my wife, I cherish you so much. I love you dearly. I'll take care of you. I'm taking care of you. I want to be there for you. I want to back you up. You're communicating to me. There's a way that you could, carry out your actions that could tell, hey, me could help you. Hey, me could tell my seal. Hey, me can be on my church, on my mantiasieba, now my discuss mantiasieba. That is also communication. And so a man coming in to say that, oh, don't do this, or why are you doing this? Just trying to say, oh, I deal with me, yeah. Ebuame and Emma Nkoso Eba Ofi Nkolano say that kind of, it's partnership when it comes to communication. Communication is not one way where the other party has to say, okay, this is it and that's what I'm saying. No, it's a partnership. What do you think? When you say something in marriage, you have to also wait, look out for the other person's opinion. You don't just say, okay, you should rather use the word, I'm suggesting that. I am.
So the ways of you communicating also
plays a role in how the woman would, because how you approach me is how I approach you.
That's true.
Okay, a woman say I was so submissive, but then how are you approaching me? You need to understand that you're not approaching me the right way. Can you reapproach me the proper way so we can talk amicably?
Okay.
You can't, raise your voice on top of me and think that there is going to be calm or peace. You're making her become timid.
The whole world knows that.
I think women are very, we're sweet, we're soft, and we want that kind of, but it depends on the nature of the person. There are some women who are very tough,
Heavenly Father,
have thick skin. So it depends. It depends on the individual, the home, the partners, how they're brought up. A lot of things.
So then you
play.
would say that you have to know the person that you're with. Yes. You have to understand the kind of person, the kind of partner that you have.
Then you know how to maneuver living with him. Obia want the flaws. You as a woman, you have flaws. The man also has flaws. Okay, so but when you study and observe the kind of, the way that is why before you even get married, you need to look out for all these things. You need to fish out.
Don't just be
how does he get? How does he behave when there's an issue? You should look out for all these before you even enter the marriage. It's the marriage, betrayal. Then once you enter, you realize that the red flags are showing, they're coming, and you're like, hey, right,
you're
already in there, you know, and we're also not promoting divorce. Whatever it is, it's because you're imperfect. That's why you're coming together to make things beautiful. So marriage and partnership, submissiveness come to play as one thing.
Victoria is spilling the tea. I did tell you, and I hope that you are learning so much from her. I'm still here with Victoria Lebene, and we are talking on wife material, but we are transitioning it into today's modern woman, today's Ghanaian modern woman. And the way you are pushing yourself, you are working so hard, you are achieving your goals.
Yeah.
I believe you had a dream.
Yeah.
You had a desire, you had a goal before you got married.
Yeah.
Now, all of this, you have that in mind. And then having also been highly expected to showcase wifely duties. Combining that. So I'm a busy woman. Like, I woke up at 3:30 a.m.
Yes, just to get ready.
Just to get ready and come to work. There's a high possibility I might get home past 9 p.m. today. And I'm married.
Right.
I've got a child.
Right.
With kids, actually. So how can I say that I can properly execute myself as a working woman and also being that amazing, submissive, respectful wife to my husband?
Okay. That's a very nice question.
Thank you.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, a wife material should exhibit these kind of traits. Leadership. You should have leadership skills. You should have management skills. You should be able to know how to put things together, arrange things, you know, handle, control, designate roles, because definitely know you cannot do it alone. You need to be somewhere, you need to be the next place, you need to do a whole lot of things. And probably your husband is also a career person. You need to understand that he also...
That's another issue.
Yes, you need to understand that he also needs to go and work so that he puts food on the table. You're not going to
So who's going to be sacrificing what?
Yeah, so that's why designation comes to play. Okay. You need to designate roles. You need to look for people,
Please hold on. What would you do if you have your goals at the beginning of the marriage and everything, then kids starts coming in, then your husband being the provider that he believes that he's supposed to be, that society has actually made it known that the man is always supposed to provide. And then he says that, okay, I want you to be the one to sacrifice. I know you want to do this. I know you want to go for this goal, but can you please sacrifice 2 to 5 years of your time to take care of the home, bring up the children?
How is that possible? Because on what criteria did you come for me?
Okay.
Do you get, who was I before you got married to me? Was I someone who was idle, sitting down doing nothing? Or am I a career person? Am I a purpose-driven woman that you came for? Am I someone that what did you see in me? Then now who will be more me? What I say? So if you see something vital in me or certain roles or traits in me that you know is sellable, is marketable, and can breed wealth, how do you come for me and tell me to sacrifice 2 or 5 years? So, being a wife material, you should be able to have certain traits and packages that you can work, you can cook, you can order people around, you can handle things, you can do everything. And with God, everything is possible. That's how God has created us. God has created us to be like
so we have
angels.
That ability,
we have that ability naturally. We multitask, we have career roles, we're able to also handle things at home. If I probably cannot do it, I designate someone for it. I employ someone, train them, teach them how to do things in my home. I'm not bringing someone to come and work in my home to use their skills that they know. I have to add mine to it so they do things properly. Otherwise, I'll be doomed when I go to work and come back. So it's a lot of leadership. The ultimate goal here is being a leader. You need to be a leader as a woman so you can take dominion, make things happen in multiple roles.
Is it okay to ask for help?
It is okay from your husband. Your husband can also help when he goes and come. No, who say who ye bibia. Also no so boa. Also no so didn't say too. He probably cannot do it all, but the little he can shows that he cares.
Okay.
Yes.
So you could look at that.
You have to look at that. You have to look at bema no boafo ana. Or you'll be out who say wa bra or be boana. Yes, who say wa brena or me they say obana was so yenti or so ye. No. You see all these things no, it was so fishing it out, or so straight. And sana wajibema na tum totally. So ojine tum no new
So you see, Victoria, that sentence is actually going to bring me to a whole different conversation in the sense that. So Oshano, in this stage, is it the courtish? The
courting. They also have bibia.
Okay.
So your world now should be
a tendency of hiding
yes,
from you.
Yeah, but
especially when you don't get opportunities to
I will teach them how to fish it out.
Oh,
I know how to see through you. I will see through the intrusions of yourself.
Please, we want to learn.
I will teach you. It's a special gift and grace that I have. It's a divine knowledge and wisdom that I will see. I will fish it out. I'm telling you, with God, everything is possible.
It is.
Something major that can cause a dent. It's something minor. And no you get what I'm saying? But the major ones, red flags, na more drew no to say, or tone sana, or kasa anyhow, being a no kasa say, a toa suma na say, does it demean you as a woman, you know, or your boafu, or your kind na, and yes, and yes, I will call Warimuna, Wakako Pesco, but or you'll be on my because also her and Colosso Shefi, also bois, my or Babisiana, or no so best so as Nena, why ye Juma of a partnership, no, and a serious business. So marriage is like a ministry on its own.
Oh my God.
It's a ministry on its own. Ministry of kitchen affairs, catering affairs, ministry of home management and maintenance affairs, cleanliness, health, or like the way of OCSC in the home. My sister, it's a whole lot of things that you need to decode. So cotton, also, and yes, I will try on once or bad, but shred the way a beman or see a yen, or shine who su ye, or dry ye. Or shine skin ye, or chichine see ye, his dental, how is his breath like? You should watch all those things. Yes, because you're going in, it's a lifetime. Is this something I can deal with? Is this something I can help him change? Because some people have the tendency to change, after some time. So, but is this something I'm what's about him that can strike me past that flaw? So there are a lot of sacrifices that you as a woman also need to put into action to make sure that your home is comfortable, peaceful, and happy.
As a woman watching me, with all these that Victoria has mentioned, are you willing and ready to do them? Would you go to the extent of, looking at all these? And you see, Victoria, I love the fact that you have mentioned that you can teach us how to spot certain things, certain things that the man thinks, he believes that he's trying to hide from you, that you can never know until you get married. That is when he's going to start showing you Pepe. Victoria, please, before you go, you give us one or two. How? One or two.
Weight loss secret by VL. VL has lots of secrets. I mean, what can I say? It does, when men can be very squeaky, they're very, they can sneak certain behaviors and traits. They know how to.
It's funny how they think they're being sneaky. We are like
they know how to egoistically hide things from you and make it look like, oh, I'm good. But there's a certain trait. So it's a very deep behavioral assessments that you need to be able to have. Also, spying you have to see through the person very well. Like that kind of I like you. I know that you want us to work things out, But I'm looking for certain traits, your conversations, your communication, visitation. When you visit the person, or to say in the room to say, how does a person keep his or his plates or his kitchen? First of all, is he the type that's waiting for a woman to come in to see their place? You should look out for all these things, and there's a way you can also groom a man during courtship to make him suit that perfect man that you're looking for, because there's no perfect man anymore.
Would you term a man waiting for a woman to come clean up his mess in the kitchen as a red flag?
It is a red flag, but I think that is why I'm bringing directions. Okay. A woman is a leader. If you're coming in and you want the man to be that kind of man you want, you should also contribute to making him that. So you talk about it. Oh, I think when you do things this way would be better. I think you should cultivate the habit of, trying to clear up things so that when I come, I can also help. There's a way a woman needs to meet a man up to make them know that, ooh, I'm that kind of perfect woman. I'm that kind of wife material that you would love to have. Ooh. So it's a conversation, communication with love, but you've got to be very... tactical.
Yeah, be very tactical about it. And, earlier you did mention something that the way you would communicate is important.
Yes.
Because, unfortunately, some women have a very weird way of thinking they are right. So whatever I'm saying, the man is supposed to take it, whether he likes it or not.
Yes.
But men are highly egoistic. So
very.
You have to watch how you communicate.
Even the extent at which the man can understand your level of communication, your knowledge, your wisdom, the insights that you share, what you spew out, what's the level of understanding the man has. There are people who omonte asemasekwa. Ubeka bibi or say chinchina niemekan. Baby, I'm commanded to me do baby omukasa na fe okay, Matthias. Okay. Then he starts understanding and aligning himself towards that kind of understanding.
Trying to get to know a man before you get married to him, or in the season of courtship, would you agree or would you advise that you be doing sleepovers? Because it would help you get to know the man.
Sleepovers, not being judgmental. Sleepovers are fine, but in everything, you don't have to do it too much.
Okay.
Too much of everything is bad.
Yeah.
What is your purpose for the sleepover? You should have a purpose.
Okay.
You should have a reason behind it. What are you looking for?
Right.
Are you looking to have fun? To, just, how do they call this? There's this word, to have a fling. Are you just looking to just enjoy yourself? Or I'm looking forward to knowing this guy, understanding him. I want to know how he thinks, his Christian life. Yeah. I really want to know him to see if it's someone I really want to go into the lifetime marriage with.
Okay.
So your purpose, your reasoning should be number one. So that once you get in there, you're not doing it too much. I say, oh, man, do. Also, call once a while, oh, man, a gap. Yeah, it was so man, you're not in for games. You're not in for sex, promiscuity before marriage. However, I can entangle with you to let you express how I love you or how I like you or the level at which I want to go with you. But you don't have to, misuse it. Don't abuse it. Because you have to preserve that woman value. That kind of respect you want to go with him in lifetime, full time.
I love this. Victoria, it's been beautiful and amazing having you on here for us to delve into the conversation of wife material. And I can see that you have so much more to share with the entire world. And we would love to come hear it from the perspective of you being an entrepreneur as well. I think you have something coming up, is it?
Yes, I have, as a board member for Global Entrepreneurship Festival, we've put in a lot of work, a lot of, activations that can make the events very successful. However, the Global Entrepreneurship Festival is one of the biggest entrepreneurship festivals in the world. This is because the criteria of people, the quality and criteria of people coming on board, visiting, wanting to affiliate, wanting to benefit from it is very huge. We have ambassadors from different countries. We have diplomatic corps. We have influencers, ambassadors for even the event itself. They pick really influential people from different parts of the world to, standing for Global Entrepreneurship Festival. We have investors who are coming in to hear people's stories, people's pitch, people's business ideas to see what they can invest in, you know, because nowadays you can't just see a proposal in your email and, you know, so the personal encounters, the networking. It will help you
better understand.
And this is not a regular network event. This is on a high radar. You know, so we had the whole world coming to Ghana. So they said, the whole world is coming to Ghana. And we're fortunate enough to have Bolare as our country chairperson, and also me on the side as a board member. We've put in a lot of work. We've done lots of media rounds. We're coming up with the 5,000 Entrepreneurs Walk. We're walking through from cantonments, Laboni cantonments, through to Elwak. And I think we're going to pan in around cantonments inside the Osude and then come back. We want to let you guys know. We want to let the whole world know, the youth, entrepreneurs, people who are enthused about business, growth, elevation, career plans, career goals, investments. You're there. Who say, who person will grow a brabomu? Who person will grow a business? Who person will grow a career? Who person will take a brabo asie and how to elevate yourself? This is Global Entrepreneurship Festival. So the level of people that are coming to Ghana because of this, and we're also fortunate to have the government of Ghana backing us up. They've held it. They've got the franchise to host the event at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel in November 21st to 23rd. It's a 3-day event, and we have a 12-segmented event where we have networking sessions, we have a deal breaker room, we have a women's congress, we have so many things in store. And so if you're listening to me, you want to be part of this, just log on to www.globalentrepreneurshippfestival.com, or you look me up on Instagram, Victoria Lebene, or even on the GEF page, Global Entrepreneurship Festival on Instagram. Look at the amazing things that we're doing and what you should expect and why you should affiliate yourself.
Great, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Victoria, for your time.